Hello and welcome back to Fresh BCSC Tech and Fresh Tech Fridays. In this video, I'm going to show you a tutorial on a helpful note-taking tool called VideoAnt. And what VideoAnt allows you to do is look up any YouTube video or video that you have uploaded and allows you to take notes while you watch. If you were familiar with a tool a few years ago that has now since been deprecated, it was called VideoAnt. So a lot of teachers were really upset when that tool was taken down, but now there is a replacement here and it's VideoAnt. So once you go through and create your account the first time, it is totally free and you can create your account with a Google, Twitter, or even other social media accounts if that's what you prefer. And then the first time you do that, you'll be taken to this screen here. So you have some options. You do have to give it permission to your YouTube channel if you have one set up, so that if you wanted to browse any videos that you've uploaded, it's just a little bit more straightforward there. But if you wanted to pull up a video from YouTube that maybe you weren't the one who published that first, you can pull up the video in another tab, copy the URL, and then come back over here and drop it in. And it will search for that video. All right. And whenever you're adding annotations to it, that's what the ant part is on it, it will tell you if someone has already added annotations for it or if you already have in the past. So what you can do here is off on the left-hand side of the video is where you can start playing the video. It does bring up the closed captions if you want to have those on, which is really helpful. I know some of the other video tools that maybe you use, like Edpuzzle and others, they take off the closed captions, which sometimes aren't helpful because a lot of our students rely on those when they're watching videos to help support their multiple options for representation. So what you can do here is it guides you through this the first time. You start playing the video, and when you're ready to add an annotation, you just click this little annotation button that looks like a little video camera with a comment. So let's test it out.
It's 427 BCE, and the worst internal conflict ever to occur in the ancient Greek world is in its fourth year. The Peloponnesian War is being fought between the city-states of Athens and Sparta, as well as their allies.
All right, so whenever I am ready to add my note, I just click that button. All right. And I can add additional information here if I wanted to. So this can almost act like a heading, and then my other notes are here. So we'll just click save.
The Athenians can't match the formidable.
And then as soon as I'm done, it starts playing the video again, and we continue through it.
And moved inside the walls surrounding their city and port.
All right, so if I finished adding my notes, if I want to add in just some additional reminders to myself, if I click Open Settings, it always gives it the title of whatever the video was named on YouTube. So I can leave it at that if I want, but if I wanted to add my own additional notes here, maybe it's instructions for my students. If I'm giving this to them as an instructional resource with my teacher notes, I can add that there. Otherwise, if I'm a student and I'm using this tool, I can type some reminders here for myself, maybe what lesson this is helpful for, or things that my teacher told me before I watched this, or just some things for me to go back for later reference. So whenever I am finished with that, there's other options here. You can embed your ants here onto another website, maybe like your It's Learning page, or if you're using a different LMS, whatever learning management system you're using, and you have some options here on how you can do that. Otherwise, you can just click the share button, and you have some options here as well. If I just share this the way it is with its settings, then someone else can come through and add their own annotations and change it. And maybe that's great if that's what you want your students to do. But if you're just wanting this to be for your own use and you just share it out as a resource, you can do it as view so that other people can see your annotations but can't write over them. If I wanted a student to help me annotate this, or if they're working in small groups with each other and they're contributing on this notes document, then they could add each other, and you can add a message here. So it's almost like a Google resource in that sense, and that you're sharing it and they all have editing rights and get a little message notification that tells them what to do. So if I am ready to go there, I'll click share. You do have to add email addresses there if you need to. Otherwise, you just copy this URL here at the top. And I'm just going to toggle over to another window. All right, so I shared this with an account that I know I do not have a VideoAnt with. And this is what it looks like for them. So they see my notes off to the side. all of the information here, who made the original annotations, the way to get to it from YouTube. And if I wanted to make my own account and the teacher had set this up to where I could add notes, I could. So again, this is just another tool that your students can use. So if you have any questions, please let us know. And I hope this is a helpful resource for you and your students.